All right, all right, all right. Here we go again. This is David, and welcome to Off Grid Trading morning market meeting for September 14th. And man, yesterday was a hell of a day. I can't wait to talk about ES. So first things first, let's take a quick look at news. And today, big news. Well, Europe is having their CPI, which is what we got yesterday, consumer price index, and that may have an effect on the markets. And I think that comes out at 8:30 also. But more importantly, we have our PPI, Producer Price Index, and more of the same, baby. We could expect a little more of the same, I'm thinking, but we'll watch the markets. It's going to hit the markets at 8:30. We'll see what happens, and it'll kind of dictate what our open will look like. So actually, right now, if you're listening, subscribe, hit the bell, hit the like, and join me at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock for some live trading, because we made some crazy money yesterday, although most of it was in the afternoon. We'll talk about that when we look at the S&P market. But subscribe, hit the bell, hit the like, and hey, spread the word, man. I could use a few followers, a little support on the channel, a little bit of love. Help me keep the channel going if you like what I'm doing. You could also make contributions at Patreon and PayPal, and every little bit is appreciated. Your comments go a long way. The likes, the hopping in the chat, everything, all that goes a long way. So participate, and it's a nice small channel, so we could rap directly. If you have questions to ask, I can answer them right online live. So check us out, 9 o'clock. All right, let's get to it. First of all, let's take a look. Oh, we're not quite set up the way we should be for a quick morning meeting, but that's all right. We'll hang out a little bit. Here's oil. We got a daily bear trend on it, so you can't deny it. It's grinding down, but I'm going to stay neutral, man, because I don't see it much cheaper. That was a nice little push down. I think that's an outlier. I'm thinking 84 is really the number. So I'm watching the weekly bear flag, and you got a weekly bear flag. You guys could go, well, we'll take a quick look at that. Why not burn up a little time? So yeah, that's what we got right here. That's today's bar. That's the week. So yeah, we'll see where this bottoms out, and next week it'll give us the flag. So I'm watching for that. I'm watching for a break of this week's low next week, but I'm neutral, man. I'm neutral on it. I don't see it's having a rough time right around this trend line, where we took that break, made a little money on that trade, but shot right back. And, Russia's going to get ugly because they're getting their ass whooped. So they're going to get real gnarly. So anyway, stay neutral. Stay neutral on it. That will bring me to gold. I'm still bearish on that too. I'm watching a weekly bear flag, a more obvious weekly bear flag. Yeah, this... I can't even, it doesn't even demonstrate. But anyway, that's what we're watching. We're watching trigger on that weekly bear flag. We trigger on that flag, this low right here, then we got more downside move. So, always a negative experience, these gold charts. But just keep an eye on that. And then you have this trend line that it's competing with on the daily. You could sneak in on that weekly bear flag if you're trading gold on a break of that low right there, and get in a little early, and maybe take a little bit off once you hit that flag in case it snaps back at you. When we're looking at bonds, there's really no setup on it, but I'm still expecting it to grind its way down from a monthly bear flag that triggered in September. And that should be a long move, man. Yeah, we might get a little bit of a bounce on it, but ultimately I'm bearish on it. I don't see any setup to get into it. So I'm just going to let it do its thing. And BTC, this micro trend right here, you know how I feel about those. Yeah, wrong button, Dave. Cool. You could watch this for an entry. I'm bearish on it, bearish on the market. So you could watch that for an entry. Probably pick up that night about 1,000 points if we get that move. This is a 240 chart, so that should be a nice long move if that breaks. 240 kind of dictates it. I'm thinking we get a little bounce up. This is today's bar, I believe. Bink. Yep. So I'm thinking we have a little bounce up on the 240s into the morning. I think the afternoon you're going to get that downward move. So keep an eye on that. That's a good entry right there. There's a money maker. So let's get to what affects our pockets. There's nat gas. Nat gas. Natural gas relative to propane kind of moves consistent with propane. Lots of people heat their homes on propane. So I like to look at it this way. You know what you got coming this winter. We got a reversal doji on the dailies, but I'm staying neutral. This is kind of a micro trend. You could look for a break of yesterday's low, but I'm staying neutral. I mean, everything's kind of downtrendish, but again, seasonality and what's going on overseas, Europe having a hard time, needing fuel. I'm not really seeing a lot of downside moves, so I'm just hanging neutral. I think this is it as far as how low it goes. And fuel, gasoline. Yeah, they got the reversal doji in there too, but it looks like an inverted head and shoulders really to me. I would watch that top. I'm neutral on this too, but I'd be more apt to say that we're going to see a little spike in gas prices. Little spike in gas prices. Your sister's ass is not working. All right, put a line across the top over here, and then you'll know where it is. I don't think anybody's trading it. I think you're just clocking it. So that moves us to the ES. So we had a huge down day yesterday, and there was a nice bear flag on the 60s in the afternoon, on the 60-minute in the afternoon, and that just made some money. Let's just take a quick look at that. Dink, dink, dink. There it is. So you had this big move down. It was hard to capture that. That was, if you looked at a smaller chart, it was just a little whippy, a little grindy, a little aggressive. And, I mean, even opened low. But right here, here's the flag, baby. And that was my entry right here. Obviously, on the S&P, I was in the market playing the options, not the future. But around the same time, we had this trigger down around here and played that down for a really nice move. Really, really nice move. All right, got about 60 points. So you should have captured about 3,000 a contract, you know, or 2,500 a contract on at least your last unit. But it was an easy trade. I mean, it just kept pushing down. It was easy, and if you trailed your pivots, you could have just followed this all the way down, got out pretty close to the bottom. So join me at 9 o'clock, and I'm going to go over that trade a little bit, just talk about it. This way people, see the ins and outs of it, whoever didn't take it with me or missed it. I wasn't airing at the time. It was afternoon trade. So, super, super, super. So what are we expecting today? So what we're expecting today, let's jump over to the 240s, shall we? I believe we shall. Okay, so I'm looking. So you're getting a flag. You got that little trend right here. I'm looking for a little bit of a bounce at the open, probably through the morning, and in the afternoon, I'm expecting another flag to trigger. I'm thinking the 3,900 is the low. The number is going to be a little different in the S&P, but we'll talk about that and what our goals are in the S&P during the live stream. And looks like we're pushing down a little bit now, but here, this is really the bounce up. And I think this bar gives up at 9:30. I'm thinking that we get this bounce in the afternoon, and then it turns around and triggers. And don't jump the trade. anything could happen. Market can turn around and retrace. I mean, there's nothing indicating that's going to happen yet, but the patterns change as the time and price action changes. So don't jump the trade with an expectation of getting in early and catching a really big move. Wait for the trade to trigger. It'll be a big move if it triggers, and you'll make a decent amount of money. So yeah, we're watching the 240s for a trigger. And that's it, man. I mean, you could sit back pretty much today, wait for that trade. If that trade goes off, it's going to pay for the week. So that's where we're at, man. We're still bearish on the Dow and expecting more downside. And look, it's not the end of the world, and there's no problems here. This is fine. You know, it's like life. It's like war. It's like legal battles. You win a little, you give back. You win a little, you give back. Ultimately, we're still all right. The economy's still good. There's not a lot of demons out there. And everything everybody expects usually isn't the problem, right? The problem is something nobody sees coming. So all the shit they're talking about on the news, if they're talking about it, can't be it. You know, that's reality. Anybody see a pandemic coming? Nobody saw it coming. Boom. It slammed us. A financial meltdown? Nobody saw it coming. Nothing led up to it. It was the financial meltdown that tore down the economy, tore down the markets. So everything everybody's talking about now probably isn't our biggest problem. Inflation looks all right. We'll see what the producer price index looks like. Things are a little high because of rent. Food went up a little bit. There's a little bit of greed in the economy and industry, and people are hiking up prices and price gouging. And all that shit's going to work out. I mean, we have a fucked up administration, and these guys aren't paying attention to this shit, and yeah, you know, they just get walked all over. I mean, I applaud what they do with Ukraine. I think it's smart. It's a war we're all fighting. And it's a statement to China, and we're going to end up fighting that war too. But other than that, I mean, these guys are fucking idiots. Yeah, there goes my algorithms, but got to be honest. All right, so anyway, that's MSFT. Okay, that's the ES. So let's look at Microsoft. Microsoft, really, it's the same thing. On the 60-minute, I mean, we're up a little bit. I'm going to watch for a little retrace. I'm not really trading this, tell you the truth. Just give you some insight. It gives you an idea of the market, too. But you'll probably see flags, bear flags on Microsoft, Amazon, Apple, Google, on the 60-minute chart. You could clock the 60-minute chart, look for a bearish trade on that. Tesla is kind of interesting. Tesla's holding up pretty good, and you could be bearish on Tesla. Excuse me. I think a lot of people are chipping away at this on the dips because, yeah, you know, the split was nice. It's really cool that split. I mean, historically, companies that split, I think within 12 months returned to their pre-split level. I think that was the basic wives' tale, which has some truth to it. So you could watch this trend line right here and look for the break in the afternoon. Maybe play the short, but I like Tesla. I like the position. You could probably go both ways, short it right here. I mean, it's not a big move, but it should close this gap. But I'd be buying it on dips. So yeah, that's my position, just based on the fundamentals and its positioning. And I don't know. I guess I'm having a bromance with Elon. So anyway, subscribe, hit the bell, hit the like. I appreciate everybody stopping in, checking me out. Check me out at 9 a.m. Take a few trades with me. We had a good day yesterday. In the morning, what did we do? We did 350 a contract on 2 contracts or 2 units. We knocked off 2 units. So if you were trading 3 contracts, you would have made 750. We did that in the first half hour. In the afternoon, forget about it. I had 3 units. It was a 240 chart. It was very aggressive. I took my first unit off at 200 a contract, and I kept my 2 units on, and I think I got 2,000, 2,500 on the second and third unit. So, I mean, if you were just trading 3 contracts, that would be $4,700. not a bad move, not a bad move for the day. Yeah, and then obviously if you can handle more and you're doing 10 contracts, or 9 contracts, you do 3 times that. So, or 9 times that, in 3 units. So, yeah, that's it, man. There's money to be made in the market if you have good risk management, if you're calm and cool and at peace. So on that word, check me out at 9 a.m. and good luck with your trades.